Welcome to another episode of OG55. We have a very special guest with us today. Tim, Park Hop Nation, is in the house. We are talking all about the Disneyland 70th anniversary. The kickoff weekend was this past weekend. All three of us were there. We're going to talk about it, paint the night, tapestry, all that good stuff. Up next on OG55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. We got Park Hop Nation in the house today. We're talking all about the Disneyland 70th. Tim, welcome back. Welcome on the show. First time. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Just like mentioned to you, I don't think I have enough sleep for the past like 4 or 5 days, but I'm here. I'm here for all of the fams. I'm here for the support. Yeah, just being here for everyone.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to have you. I think we all are kind of feeling it. Like I'm still kind of like catching up with the sleep. We were there. George and I were there like all 3 days, and yeah, it's been long, but man, it was crazy. It was a crazy weekend. But before we dive into all that, if you could let everybody at home know where they can find you on social media, so they can go ahead and follow and support you.
Oh yeah, so I'm on IG at Park Hop Nation, and then I'm kind of on TikTok too, but I don't really post on TikTok. And then we just put on a YouTube channel and that kind of thing. Basically, try to see if we can do like longer content, and then you can go on our websites. Beside content, we do inspired merch. Like this tee that I'm wearing is our new tee that just came out today. It's based on Mandalorian. And then we do have like hats and all kinds of stuff. So
awesome, awesome. And I'll be linking all that down below in the description. So make sure you check all of that out. George the Italiano, welcome back, sir. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Absolutely. You can find me right here on Orange Grove 55 with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info. And you could also find me on my new YouTube channel, Citrico Central, which is the sister channel to Orange Grove 55, and also on Instagram as well, which, yeah, it's been a crazy weekend. Yeah, as you said, we were there for all 3 days. And literally right after that, tomorrow, I'm going eastbound to Florida for the opening of Epic Universe, Walt Disney World, a Disney cruise, and it's like my journey's just begun.
Just begun. All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and dive into this. So it was a great weekend. Disneyland 70th finally kicked off. Paint the Night came back after like a decade. We got Tapestry. That was like a kind of a surprise. The new World of Color Happiness. Tim, I'll start with you. We'll start with Paint the Night. Okay, that was kind of like the big news. A lot of fans have been wanting this parade back for a really long time. What were your thoughts on that, man? Like it came back. I mean, it seemed like the fans were going nuts for that. But what was your experience with that?
It was really cool. I don't recall when was the last time that I saw it. Do you guys know when was the last time it was on Paint the Night?
It was in DCA for like, I think it was like 2017 or something like that. So it's been a while.
Yeah, I think I might have seen it a while ago, but like probably roughly. I used to come to the park pretty often. Most of the time, like I like parades, but when I saw it once, I just kind of skipped it and went straight for the ride, because that way, like the rides are like like have no lines. That used to be my thing, right? But now, like since I started doing this, I need to do some content, so like I actually like spend more times. And then this painted night was actually pretty cool. I don't know. It was me and my girlfriend that went there. She's a big Disney fan, but she doesn't have like the key with, like me. So like that night with me and her, so it was kind of special. And then we have a couple of friends who actually went and then actually grab a location for us right behind that 70 signs. Like when you enter the park and then you see that sign where people are taking photos and things, and then it's basically like perfect location. So I think I got a really cool footages of like the parade coming down the main street with the castle in the back. So I think it was epic.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely. So you guys just kind of staked out. You didn't get like a dining package or anything like that, right? You just kind of
yeah.
Okay.
At first it was going to, but then like I kind of got lazy and then didn't do it. But like that location was good enough. Maybe like next trip I might wanted to try doing like the what do I call that thing, like the diet package, and see how it goes. But like yeah, last time it was just like a stakeout, but like it was cool. It was awesome.
Yeah, you got a great spot. That was perfect. It was coming right down Main Street. You got that perfect spot, Mr.
Yeah.
Italiano. What are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see Paint the Night come back. I think we all were anticipating it for so long, especially from a good friend of the channel, Dave from Fresh Baked, ended up seeing, I think a while back, like he was seeing the parade floats kind of like in an off park location where they were kind of just sitting, and then there was speculation that they would be coming back. And it's like, and yeah, the rumors were true. And it's like, I remember seeing it at Disneyland first, and then I did see it at DCA. I feel like it fits a little bit more into DCA because I feel like there's a lot more Pixar, and since Pixar is like home at DCA, and it just has that, I don't know, like that kind of like party vibe. But I digress. It was still a great parade, to kick off the 70th, and yeah, it was a great time. I did notice that there were some subtle changes to the parade, like with the introduction. I remember back when they first had it, they said, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disney proudly presents." They kind of cut that and just like kind of like went into like, it's the Paint the Night parade, and then at the end of the parade they ended up changing out Zippity Doodah.
Yeah, they changed it to the new Celebrate, the Jonas Brothers jingle, right?
That honestly, and speaking of that, like, because they have that song like blasting everywhere, like no matter what, like whether you're seeing like World of Color or the Tapestry of Happiness or Paint the Night, they have that Jonas Brothers song like everywhere. But it's a catchy tune. I actually really like it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. What do you think about what do you think about the Jonas Brothers song, Tim? In terms of like,
Did they want the 70 years that won it? They just started like putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I only heard it like twice. I haven't actually sit down and like listen to it. Probably gonna do that pretty time soon because I'm trying to like started doing like the 70 years content. So I'm probably gonna have to like run that and then get into my mind and like learn how to cut some things into it. But as if now, I think it's a pretty catchy tune. I've seen some like creators using it for their reels and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's Jonas Brothers. You know exactly what they're gonna be doing. And they're like, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. And they're kind of like Disney alumni, right? So it fits kind of perfectly. Now, Tim, do you think? Okay, because obviously it's been a while since we had Paint the Night. I mean, it was in DCA, like even 2017 was a long time ago at this point, and it was even longer since it's been at Disneyland. Now it's out here for the 70th. Do you think Disney's going to keep this parade after the 70th, or is this going to be a parade they only roll out every now and then for these celebrations? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. I mean, like, I liked it a lot. I mean, completely honest, like, I think the vibes is really cool. But I think it could be that like one of the things where like Disney wanted to keep it and then use it as like a secret weapons when there's like new things that's coming out, because like people love it so much. Like I was there and then people were just like screaming, and then like there's so much like buzz about it. So maybe it could be like that secret weapons that they keep it in the back, and then when there's like, okay, it's time to bring it back, we'll bring it back. I don't think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna finish it right after they finish this at the 70, which is in August. That's what I thought, and then they might do something else.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's for the 70th, and I think you're right. They're gonna strategically use it at certain points when they need to bolster attendance or what have you. That's what Disney kind of does now. They kind of do it also with Soarin' over California. They roll it out whenever they kind of need it. They've done it half a dozen times with a Main Street Electrical Parade. Most recently, I think it was like in 2019 or 2021, something like that, for the 50th anniversary of that parade. They brought that back. But yeah, it's going to be, I think, here and go, a come and go kind of situation. George, now, what do you think about that? I mean, do you kind of agree with Tim and I that this is going to be something that like it's going to be it's going to glow away after this celebration and then come back maybe another year?
Actually, I do. Yeah, I do agree with you guys, and I love how Tim mentioned, like Disney kind of like tucks it away, kind of like for like a secret weapon, like when they need it, you know, the most for like a big event or a milestone, you know, they could kind of bring back Paint the Night because, I mean, Lord knows how many times that they said the electrical parade was going to go away and stay away, and that thing has come back more times than David Caruso's career, you know, you know.
Yeah.
So because they could, you know, easily, you know, after the 18 months or however long that, you know, they're going to extend the celebration, you know, they could always bring it back. But, you know, they may even extend it a little bit, maybe have it go just a little bit further, you know, beyond the 70th, just to kind of give some wiggle room. They even did that with Mickey's Mixed Magic. I mean, that thing was released for Mickey's 90th birthday, and we're moving on almost to his 100th.
Yeah.
And Mickey's Mixed Magic is kind of like that filler, you know, like when nothing is going on in between holidays and milestones. It's like, well, we have nothing to do. Oh, let's throw in Mickey's Mixed Magic, you know. But I think if they weren't to bring Disney's electrical parade back, I would love for them to bring back Magic Happens, but turn it into a night parade.
That's interesting. They could do that because Moana has like that cool screen wave thing, and I could see that. Absolutely.
And I just think, like, for the daytime, just do a simple cavalcade. I feel like during the day there's more operations where people are trying to get through one side to the park to the other, and I think to hold like a big parade in the middle of the day, it just gets very chaotic. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't get chaotic at night, but you can kind of maneuver guest flow, because around the time, if you have young kids, you know, they're getting tired, they're getting cranky, you know, you can go, you know, to the exit after the parade is over or after fireworks. I just think, honestly, during the day, do a simple cavalcade and then do like a big parade at night.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, one of the surprise offerings was that Tapestry projection show. I mean, come on, that thing was amazing over at Small World. And that was really like, because, you know, we talk a lot about it here on the channel where it's like, okay, Paint the Night isn't really park centric, right? Wondrous Journey is an amazing fireworks show, but it has nothing really to do with the parks. But this Tapestry show had everything to do with the parks. It was a celebration of Disneyland, and you had the Sherman brothers on that thing. It was really, really cool. I loved it. But what were your thoughts on that, Tim, in terms of like the Tapestry show over there at Small World?
Actually, I haven't actually checked that one out.
You didn't see that one? Okay. Well, that one was really,
check that one out. Yeah,
that was
cool.
It
looks really cool. Did they? Because like I've seen, I don't know if it's the same thing, but they've done like shows with the Small World background before.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's the same thing that I've seen. Is this new? Like the Tapestry, like, you know, they just put this on, or it's like the thing that they brought it back?
No, it was a completely new show, and it just kind of goes through the history of Disneyland. And they have all the attractions. They have like Pirates and Haunted Mansion, and then you had like Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. You had like, you know, Richard and Robert Sherman, you know, on the piano, and it was just a celebration of like the last 7 decades, which is really, really cool.
You know, that's something that I could see them keeping after the 70th, because it doesn't really necessarily say 70th, but it's a nice little tribute that you could just have as a reminder, because the show's only like 5 minutes, but I have to say, for the 5 minutes, it packs in a huge message. And being that you didn't see it yet, I'm not going to spoil the ending. Like the ending of it would literally give you goosebumps.
Yeah, because I've seen a couple of shows that it did with the Small World, and I'm a huge fan, because I think, like, you know, the Small World, like that whole thing is so cool, and then they could do so many with it, and then they have such a nice big space where they can do different kind of shows too, you know. So like I think they should utilize it more with that. But like I'm super excited to go see Tapestry. I'm going back in June, so like, you know, we'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. I mean, it's a really special show, and I agree with you. I mean, I love these projection shows, and it actually is really smart on Disney's part, because, you know, Disneyland is kind of situated in a very urban area. I mean, it's not like Walt Disney World where they have all this space, you know. So sitting right there in the middle of Anaheim, a lot of the residents and all that, they kind of complain about the noise with the fireworks and what have you. With these projection shows, you can kind of bypass all that. You have a great little show. It's not noisy, doesn't disturb your neighbors. So it kind of works out, you know. Now, Tim, did you check out the fireworks when you
Well,
were there?
like the fireworks, I did not, but I know it's the same one as they did. Like with the 100, right? That's
Correct.
almost the
Correct.
same thing. I remember that one, and then I loved it so much. It is an amazing. The projection was cool. Everything was amazing. I was like debating whether I was gonna buy. There's like this new thing where they buy. It's like a dine-in package situation with the Tomorrowland on top of the that thing where you can see the fireworks.
Yeah.
But like I did not actually go through it because like okay, it's a 100. I've seen it already, and then I have so much content that I need to like get. So I decided not to like stay and watch the fireworks. And then one of the friends that come with us, she was getting kind of like super tired because like she's not really like Disney people like us where I'll stay for the whole thing. Like she enjoyed for the day, her feet hurts, and then we gotta go. But I remember like that fireworks on the 100s that I saw last time was amazing. And then yeah, on the next trip, I definitely wanted to go see it again because I need that footage for my content.
Oh, 100%. It's a beautiful show. I mean, we watched it this past weekend, and you saw it for the 100th, and it's amazing what they do with that show. Where they, a lot of times when it comes to like these fireworks shows, or even like maybe World of Color shows, it's like we're gonna just have like Tangled for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then we have a clip of like Mulan for like 3 or 4 minutes, or a clip of like Snow White for 3 or 4 minutes. But this show was really clever in the sense where everything was kind of weaving together. Like you had Moana mixed in with Belle and like, and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And they were like not only visually mixing everything together, but then they were even with the music. It was going in and out of the different movies. I'm like, this is something that's really cool. It was a perfect love letter to the last like 100 years of Disney animation. And I fell in love with it. And I love the fact that they incorporated every Disney animated film. I mean, we even saw the cows from, Home on the Range on the projection mapping of Main Street. Even them, were in there. So it was pretty cool. It's a beautiful show. And a shout out to Christopher Lenertz. He was the songwriter for that. And because the music in that is really what amplifies it. And it gets me, it gives me goosebumps every single time. But George, beautiful, gorgeous show. What say you, George?
I absolutely love Wondrous. I feel like it's like one of my top tier into the fireworks just all around in the parks. I do agree with you. I absolutely love Happily Ever After down at Magic Kingdom, but you can tell the difference where they pick a particular movie, a particular song, a particular character. They have like their 2 to 3 minute segment, and then they move on to the next. Where Wondrous does kind of like ebb and flow, interwoven with, between the characters and the songs and just the pacing. It's just, it works so well with the projections and the fireworks. And for me, I'm sorry, the best moment of that show is actually at the very end where you see Pooh Bear and he's like, oh no, can we just go back to the first page and do it all over again? And like that just like hits the feels.
Yeah, it hits the feels. It's a beautiful ending. What was that, Tim? I'm sorry.
Try to get you at the end. I think like Disney always tries to get you at the end, like somehow.
They do.
Yeah,
they absolutely do, and that one does it for sure.
Yeah.
Now, Did you spend most of your time in Disneyland, or did you head over to DCA at all during your trip?
Last trip I went. Well, I started out in the DCA, and then most of the and then the next. Well, yeah, I started out in DCA, stayed there for until like 1 and then 2 o'clock. Had the best corn dogs. I'm so sorry. The new corn dogs at the corn dog castle with like the batter with the fries inside. Have you guys tried those?
No.
You guys okay? So like
I have not tried.
The castle corn dog. They have this like chili corn dogs where it's not too big, but the batter that they do. I'm sorry, I'm going into food now.
No, I'm glad. I'm intrigued. I might have to try this.
So like the inside of the batter, they put fries, like crispy fries, inside. So like you get like extra crunch of the fries, and then the crispy batter, and then on top they put I think it's Fritos, and then they top it with like chilies. It's like the best corn dogs I've ever had. And then the girl that came with me, who's like like got her feet kind of hurt at the end. She hasn't been to the park for so long, and then she was so skeptical about like, oh, Disney is. Food at Disney probably not going to be as good. Like she's one of those that like, Well, she doesn't hate Disney, but she had like a different experience because she hasn't been back for so long. And then
Yeah.
the first time she had that, her mood about like hesitation about this trip is gonna be good or not changed. Like
What?
that all kind of changed her. So like that was kind of cool. Yeah.
See, I love to hear stuff like that, where your friend she comes into the situation, she comes into Disney after all these years, right? She's kind of like you would say a normie, right? Like she's not
She's normal.
not normie, not like us where we're there all the time, right? And she was skeptical, and then she goes in there and that new corn dog, and she's won over. She's like, okay.
I just have to say that's a first for me. Anytime like I hear like a normie go into a Disney park, it's like that first like interaction with Mickey Mouse, you get that Mickey hug, or you see the castle and the fireworks going off. That's the first story I think I've ever heard of a conversion by a corn dog.
Man. Who knows, dude? Like when Disney put on a good corn dog, it changed people's heart, man.
It does. You win people over through their stomach, right? You win people. You win hearts and minds through the stomach. That's awesome, man. George, when we were there this weekend, we ate obviously, but like we didn't try any of that stuff. I gotta hit that up, dude.
There were certain food offerings, like in like the quick service that we did not try yet, which I do want to eventually try. I'm not a huge hot dog eater or a corn dog eater, but I will, for the sake of how you describe that, I do want to try that because I love how it's kind of two things in one. So you have the corn dog, and it has like the Fritos and the chili, which would, fit like a chili dog. But then when you have the crispy fries inside, you have like chili cheese fries. So it's like you have that in one.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't expect the fry. Like I walked in, we had a coffee. The I don't know if it's new, but it was like the Banoffee coffee. We was amazing at the cappuccino stand, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm hungry," and I was like, "Okay, let's get corn dogs." And it was like 10 in the morning, or like 7 in the morning, or 9 in the morning. It's like an early corn dog, and I was like, and I asked her, "Are you okay with having chilies at 9 or like 10 in the morning?" She's like, "Yeah, let's go for it. Why not?" And I was like, "Okay, either we're gonna get a regular corn dog or like the 70 years." And I was like, "Maybe we'll do a 70 years." And it kind of surprised me too because like, man, I never thought someone would. I mean, like probably someone have done that, but like Disney had made it way more special. That it was really good with the atmosphere that's going on. The DCA was still clear, and then it was cool.
That's awesome. Did you guys try any other 70th offerings like food wise, Tim?
Yeah. So we had the corn dogs. We had the the Binyay 70 years. That you can get it at, I think I forgot what the name was, but like the one across from the plaza. That one was okay. The beignet was like they have this like regular beignet and then just regular frosting and then just like one of those like little candle. That was okay, but we had these macaroons 70 years where it's like a macaroon top with cream on the inside with strawberry inside, and then layer it with the just a layer of cake. That was really good. Yeah, that was really good.
I was going to ask you because Magic Journeys, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they do like all the food reviews around the parks. They did get the macaroon and they absolutely loved it. So I might have to try that one too.
Yeah. It was so good. I asked my girlfriend to take a picture of me. I don't really take a picture with food, but they're like, it looks so good, and I took a picture of me like just looking really pretty. It was a pretty food, and it tastes amazing.
Okay, cool. I like the fact that they were incorporating a lot of chili into a lot of these offerings too. Like we go back to the corn dog and all that stuff because that was Walt's favorite, right? He was a chili guy, and that was like a nice little homage to Walt and all that. Yeah. So I think they hit. It sounds like, I mean, I haven't tried any of this stuff, but it sounds like they hit a home run from what you're telling me with the macaroon and this corn dog. I am definitely going to get that corn dog next time I go. For sure.
I'm actually
me, and then I'll go buy you another better corn dogs when we hang out next time.
Let's do it. I'll treat you to a beer. We'll just. I mean, that sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. Go ahead, George. I'm sorry.
No, I'm intrigued, as I said, just by the description of that corn dog, because I've never heard of them ever doing something like that, and I know like doing a food like that can be kind of risky because it can kind of But yeah, I'm definitely want to try it. I'll probably end up doing like a food review of the 70th with that stuff. But speaking of the foods, I did want to just make a little minor note that OG and I did do the two dining packages. We did the one for Paint the Night, and we did for World of Color Happiness, which I call World of Color Depression. But we'll get into that in a bit. But what was funny was it was our first time dining at the Magic Key Terrace at DCA. That's the restaurant you go for World of Color. And I have to say, I love the atmosphere. The food that they offered for the dining package was awesome. I just have to say, for the price of it, though, the placement of where you have a area to view World of Color, I don't think that was worth the money, but the money was worth the dining package. Right. But it was awesome.
and that was my first time there. I've never eaten there before, and I was like,
I never did either. Now I felt it was the opposite for Paint the Night, that the food at Plaza Inn was okay, and I felt like it was kind of odd how they set that up, that the person who made the reservation, they do like one big payment at once, they give you these badges, and then they don't even give you an option. It's just one plate for whatever they give you, which was meatloaf, a salad, and a chocolate dessert. So that part was okay, but the placement of where they put us for Paint the Night was
it was good. Now, our good friend Jeff Gordon, he was saying that the default is the meatloaf, but if you ask, you can swap it with chicken. But that's not really well known, though.
But here's the thing, though. Abby did ask. They denied her.
They denied her. Oh wow, that's crazy. Oh. That's wild.
Yeah, my fiance, because she wasn't too keen on getting the meatloaf, and she thought, well, I'll just take can I just get chicken or the chicken tenders, even though it's on the kids' meal? She said, I'll still pay the actual price. They wouldn't give it to her.
Wow.
That's
interesting. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it was okay.
I wonder if it depends on who you ask too. So.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
So let's dive into a little bit of DCA. Now, did you get a chance to see World of Color Happiness, Tim? Did you guys watch that one or no?
Not this time. The last time that I saw World of Color was last year during the Chinese New Year. That was amazing.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. I mean, I didn't. Yeah, it was. George and I did watch it, and we won't get into too many spoilers. I mean, but they do it like a Muppet pre-show, and the Muppet pre-show is like the. What was that?
That was phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, that was so incredible, Tim. If you go just for the Muppet thing, you'll be satisfied.
Yeah.
Actually, you really should do that. Just stay for the Muppet thing and then bounce.
and I shouldn't get the package, right? Of depression.
I will say, if you do the dining package, you definitely will. I think honestly, you would love the food up at the terrace. Because I mean, you could pick like several different options. You can pick like your starter, your entree, and then they'll give you the gray stuff.
I heard it's delicious, George. Is that true?
It is. And if you don't believe me, you could ask the dishes. But World of Color Happiness. Like I like the idea behind it. Like they utilize like the emotions, like, and trying to move the story along, but it just felt like it was like all over the place. I felt like they had so many ideas and they're like, let's just like cram it all into this like 15-minute, 20-minute show. And it just, for me, it just didn't work. I felt like it didn't really have anything to do with the 70th. And it's really a shame too, because I love World of Color and I love how it started out like back in 2010. Like the representation that it was for, Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, that was in the 60s. And it just kind of, as time went on, they just kind of kept the name World of Color, but it never stuck to its original core memory, no pun intended. But as I said, it's a fun little show. There was a lot of people there that were having fun, but it's just not my cup of tea. I feel like they could have done something much more better, but it's a shame really because, and I get it, it's Disneyland's birthday, but it's just like I feel like that they give like the leftover crap to DCA.
Well, it's interesting because I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I thought the Muppet thing was A plus, but I thought the rest of it was okay. I mean, I'm not. I said it on your channel, George, where it's like I don't hate it. I probably don't dislike it as much as you do, but I definitely feel like it's lackluster. I feel like it's very mid, as the kids say, very mid. But I've been seeing a lot of people. I think we're in the minority with this because I see a lot of people really loving that show. A lot
And
of
that's
people,
probably what they thought in mind. You know, they weren't really thinking of us like Die Hard in the description, like Disney nerds. You know, they did it for like the families. You know, they did it for the young kids. And Inside Out 2 was a hot take. Is still a hot take right now. I mean, it was the #1 film in 2024. It broke all sorts of records. It's just, you know, so it's like for the young kids, I could see how they can enjoy it. It's a fun show for the kids.
Yeah, 100%. And they have Goofy Movie in there, so we're big Goofy Movie people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that alone, you know.
Boys to Men singing Rainbow Connection is like chef's kiss.
That sounds like I need to see that. Like anytime. Anything with Boys to Men's and Disney. I mean, like, I never heard it.
Literally go see the show. See the Muppet pre-show. It's awesome. Take a nap. Wake up for the ending for Boys to Men.
There we go.
I love Boys. Has Boys to Men done any collab with Disney?
I don't think they have. Not that I remember.
I think so. I know there was like a little YouTube interview, I think that Good Morning America or E Entertainment did with them. They were actually in the studio when they were recording the song, but they're huge Disney fans. And they resonate to the song Rainbow Connection, but they said they would only do it if they could just put a little bit of their own twist on it, just a little bit, but not where it would completely alter the song. And I respect that. Yeah,
me too. And Rainbow Connection is really a perfect song for World of Color because it deals with the colors of the rainbow. Yeah. Absolutely love it. Now, here's the thing, kind of going into a tangent a little bit. You love Boys to Men, Tim.
Yeah.
Are you a big 90s R&B guy? Like a New Edition and like Key Sweat and all that?
I'm actually, I'm like the big I'm a big boy band kind of like guy too. Like I grew up listening to all the Backstreet Boys, the NSYNC, and all kinds of things. Even though I have all these tattoos, like I'm a Disney nerd, and then I love like boy bands, like you know.
I love that though, man. That's awesome. Awesome. So, are you mostly just old school boy bands? Are you into like some of the new stuff too, or like?
I don't think I've heard a lot of new stuff. Like like every time when I drive like 6 hours, right? I need a song that I can rock with. So like I have my Disney tunes, I have my boy bands like a playlist that I can just rock on because like sometimes I like to listen to like Kendrick Lamar's and all kinds of stuff. But like during a 6 hours drive, you don't want to complicate.
Dude, you said the magic word on here. You said Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah, I got so many.
Woke up looking for the bottle.
Yeah, I got this one.
Yeah.
I got Kendrick all over. I love Kendrick, dude.
I love Kendrick. I love hip hop. I love anything like that. But like on a 6 hours drive, I need like a really easy like easy bars, something that can sing along to, and then just like drive off in the sunset.
You when you say that, you remind me of our good friend Lucas Kim. We went to the last D23, and they play like a lot of songs like the boy bands, like they play like the Backstreet Boys, the NSYNC. And man, when those songs come out, he's not shy. Like he'll just get right out and he'll just belt it out singing with them.
No, I know the words. I might not know the dance move, but I know the words. I mean, like when they did the Christmas on the Disney Plus, I think it was Disney Plus, right? I think Backstreet Boys. I think so. That was. Cool.
I think it was Disney Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And that was the '90s was a great era for well, not just hip hop, but for R&B especially. I mean, it was amazing.
Everything was good during the '90s. I mean, like the music, I still like that, like old school, like R&B, that kind of stuff. I mean, like the new The new ones are amazing too, but I think like for us Disney fans, we are really deep into like nostalgia and that kind of stuff. So that's why like we resonate with like those songs when we were growing up, and now
Yeah.
they all know we kind of how old I am.
Yeah.
I know how old you are now.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Tim. I'm right there with you. Go ahead, George.
But actually, since you said that, let me ask you:
Yeah.
Do you for Disney? Do you lean more towards just like the old school nostalgia stuff, or are you also do you like the notion of change, like with like newer technology of the how the parks progress, like with the new kind of attractions, if they happen to take something out that's more nostalgic or classic, are you okay with that, or would you rather them just kind of keep what they have?
I think I'm okay with anything as long as it's good. As long as they did something good or like they change the changes is for good. I'm always open to anything. Yeah, I'm happy with. I mean, like a lot of people have been hating the last like live action stuff. I'm okay with most of the stuff. I haven't seen the Snow White yet, but like I'm actually okay with most of the stuff. And then I love technology. I mean, like I shoot with I'm a cameraman, right? I cannot be just using like the old stuff. I mean, I love the shooting in films and that kind of thing, but like technology is always my thing. So like anything that will be able to like make it better, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and that's one thing too, Tim, that I was really drawn to your content, man. Like your production value is like A plus, man.
I try like because like me coming in. I mean, like when I first started Park Hop Nation, the direction was gonna be like a small shop. Like I used to have like I should be a stylist and then I love fashion and that kind of stuff. It was on GQ or that kind of thing, like but that was like old time. But like I always loved Disney, and then I don't know if anyone's gonna hate me on this, but like most of the merch at Disney doesn't really resonate with me. Like some of like stuff that they have is not I wouldn't actually wear it, or like it's difficult to find like a good design or like merch at Disney. So one day I was like, okay, I'm gonna start like a small shop. Like I told my
Nice.
girlfriend, I'm gonna start a small shop. I'm gonna create like a cool design. And I was like, man, I'm gonna be so rich because no one thought of this. And when I started, I was like, damn, I'm stupid. There's so many people that are doing this. I thought I was gonna be so rich. I was like, man, I'm gonna be so cool. All of my shirt is gonna be no one like it. And then I'm like, man, there's like 100 people that do all kind of this.
Hey, but that's so cool. That's really awesome, man. I respect that. You're going for your dream, your passion, and you're right though. I agree with you, man. I mean, the merch, like I go into Disney, I will literally have I would literally want to spend money. I want to give them my money. I want to get a hoodie. I want to get a shirt. I want to get something. Yeah. And literally can't find anything. Our good friend, I don't know if you know Theme Park Wizard, he's a fellow content creator, but we were at the parks with him this past weekend and he was really cold. We were waiting for paint the night and dude was like freezing, So we go into the Emporium. Him and I go into the Emporium and we're trying to find him something, just a sweater. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't find anything. So he just gave up. He just grabbed one. Now, unfortunately, he grabbed a girl's sweater and it was a crop top. And he didn't realize until after he spent $55 on it. It was kind of funny. Yeah. But he gave it to his girlfriend, so it's all good. Yeah. But we couldn't
crop top though. I'm actually like cropped, like this is cropped.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it depends on how you wear it. I'm one of those guys. You guys might find me weird, but like sometimes when I go to shops, I go straight to the female section.
Hey, I mean that's cool. Like but your style is great, man. You know how to put it together and everything. Yeah. It was great.
See the way that you have it, like you have it styled nicely. The way that he had it, let me just put it to you this way: he should have got a belly button piercing back. Shut it off a little bit.
Belly button piercing. Oh, poor wizard.
Man. But like fantastic. The merch at Disney, I don't like most of the time when I buy like Disney merch stuff, I would get it from like a brand that do collab with Disney instead of like park stuff.
Yeah.
So that's how like I started with this. But then like lately I've gone into more like trying to be more educational about like how to create better content and that kind of thing, because like a lot of people have been asking me like, okay, how do you do this, how do you do that, how did you do that? So I'm trying to like not just like focusing on just like selling and selling. I'm trying to like help people like doing shout outs and that kind of stuff too, so it's been fun.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah, it's Disney merch has issues. And I know that guy from, I forgot his name, from the 100s. I think he's the new guy that's going to be in charge of all this stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah,
hopefully,
from the hundreds, that I think he's going to be a new like creative director. So I hope that he might bring something new to Disney.
yeah, I hope so
I
too.
think we're talking about the same guy, like the guy that owns like a streetwear like brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully he can bring some interesting styles, because you're right. Sometimes like the collabos that Disney does are better. Like the Neff, I think it's Neff designs and all that. I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting. I'm kind of digging that, you know. But when you go to the parks and it's just the Disneyland resort stuff, I'm like, seen it. It's all the same, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like the Pandora bracelet charms and stuff like that. Like I know a lot of women like go for that, like for the bracelets and stuff.
Yeah.
But the merch for the 70th was just crazy. Like when we got there, we rope dropped Friday morning, and my fiance Abby got in line because we were going to get the Disneyland key, where you go around and you put the key in, where it lights up, and then you get a pin at the end.
That's cool.
Literally, if you were in the Emporium that morning, which we were, it had to be over the amount of like people that would be withheld in that building. Like you couldn't walk anywhere. Like it literally was shoulder to shoulder. Like I wouldn't be surprised that some women walked out of there that day pregnant. Like that's
well, it was literally Tim. Like I was telling George and our friend conductor, I was like, literally looked like it was like the Earth was going to blow up, and we were all waiting for like the last spaceship to fly off the planet. It was pandemonium in there.
Yeah.
Crazy, you know. I mean, people were just going nuts. And those keys,
they were off the shelf in seconds. Like they couldn't keep up. They had cast members literally going into the back, pushing out these bins, big bins on wheels with like how many keys inside of it. And then you can kind of see the people, because they like really want to grab into the bins, but they told them not to. You just see just a line of people like following the cast member, like a conga line. You know,
I made a joke with her. I'm like, oh, watch out, they're hungry, because they were just like circling the cart. It was like crazy, like they were going for it. But did you get one of those keys, Tim, or did you?
Yeah, I got the keys. I'm shooting a content on it. It's gonna be a little different. Like, you know, my content, I'm trying not to like do like regular reviews. I'm trying to find like, you know, a little things that is a little different. But like, yeah, I got the key. I went out there with my girlfriends, and then we did most of it, and then we got like super tired, so we overran it. We like, I'm done with this, you know. I've been shooting my whole day, so like let's just get over it, and then I can just shoot something with it. But like I think it was an amazing like idea to do with it.
Yeah.
And then when I saw this content creator guy, I forgot what his name was. I should remember his name, but like I think he brought up the point where like, do you guys play video games?
I don't know.
Have you guys heard about Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
So like Kingdom Hearts, the main character has the keys. So he has like a key sword, right? And then his whole thing is about like going to different kind of lands and then use that key to like, you know, open the gate. So it could be like an actual like, you know, relation between like, you know, the Disneyland key with that game. So it was really kind of cool for Disneyland to actually like make some kind of like, not a key sword per se, but like a key where people go to different like, you know, lands and then do scavenger hunt with it, and it just like use it to activate that kind of thing. So that
it's funny you say that, because a lot of people that I talked to, including cast members, actually had that same kind of thought process, like with the key to Disneyland. And I actually got a cast member to say it on camera for me when I did my vlog for Citrico Central, that she literally said exactly what you said. It reminds me of a Keyblade, where when Sora goes around the different worlds of Disney and he has to open the key to get to the next pathway. And honestly, anime has been, you know, coming out big in the theme park industry lately. Like we recently went to Universal Fan Fest where they had One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen, and we never thought like that would ever, work in a theme park environment, but it did. So I mean, if Disney did want to kind of tap into that, in the anime pool, I mean, I could definitely see them doing something with Kingdom Hearts.
That One Piece.
Yeah, that would be huge.
Yeah, that One Piece stuff was massive at Universal. We walked in, everybody had the straw hats, and
I would love to go on that day. I'm a big One Piece fan. Like Luffy is my guy, even though I feel like I look more like Sanji because of my beauty, but like my guy.
oh man, you would have won that. I mean, it was awesome. The One Piece fans came through. I mean, it was they, and they had like all these meet and greets and stuff, and they were like, the characters were really like, interacting with everybody. It was a cool event. But they are bringing it back next year, and I'm pretty sure they're going to bring One Piece back too, because it was the most popular IP out of all of the other IPs. Wouldn't you say, George? I mean, I would say. I mean, I thought it was the most represented, like with the fans. Like most people there were One Piece fans, I believe.
Yeah, I would say like other than Back to the Future, I think One Piece. Yeah, people were coming in like with the attire. They were dressed up as cosplaying. They knew the characters right off. Like they were quoting things, and it's like, I mean, it was the whole upper part of the lot, like literally was all One Piece.
Yeah. Now, real quick before we head out, Tim, I want to ask you. Speaking of Universal, are you a theme park person? Like, do you like the Universal thing as well, or are you mostly exclusively like a Disney?
No, I'm a theme park person. Like I'm a huge Universal fan. I'm a huge Potterhead. My first tattoo is actually like the Deathly Hallows. Which also indicate how old I am, according to my friend. It's like, because like most of the people in this age group had the first tattoo of this. So like, yes, I love going to like Universal. Although I've never been to the park in Orlando. So that's kind of thing. But like, yes, I'm a huge Universal fan. I really wanted to go to the Epic Universe. That looks epic, and then it's good that now Disney has a competition now that they need to put it up, and then hopefully, like, as consumer, we're gonna get great places to go and then just hang out like from now on, because they just like clashing.
Yeah, 100%. As fans, we win because they're competing and they're trying to outdo each other. Then we get dope stuff, like So, and I agree with you. Epic Universe looks really, really cool, man. I'm excited for it. George, you'll be there tomorrow, something, or the next day, or something.
Yeah, literally. Tomorrow we fly in, and then we go to Universal, and then the next day we're going opening. Well, what they're calling opening day. Technically, it's basically open. I make the joke with everyone because I was like, when they first released like the tickets for Epic Universe, like, oh, I'm going to be like one of the first people in there for the grand opening. Like they did like basically a soft opening. They started letting annual pass holders in. They had media in there. So I thought I was going to be one of the first people. Now, technically I'm one of the last people. So
yeah, it seems like a lot of creators have been over there already. Now, I'm very curious, Tim, like what you like, because you, like I said before, your style, the way you do your content is really interesting. I would love to see you tap into Epic Universe with your content, because I think you could do some beautiful shots, man. I mean, that would be awesome.
That would be cool. Yeah, my content takes so long. Like that's why it's difficult. Like I lean more toward, like, I wouldn't say like other people have like different kind of quality, but I really wanted to hone in on like the scripts, the shots. And then shooting at Disney is hard already, but I shoot with a tripod, so that makes it even difficult to do like shoot it by myself. But like, yes, it will be super awesome to go to like Epic Universe and then just do some cool content. Yeah, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Tim, it was awesome having you on. You're always welcome back here at OG55. We love talking shop with you. If you could let everybody at home know remind everybody where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Park Hop Nation on IG, on TikTok. We just started YouTube, and then anything that you wanted to buy from our merch, www.parkhopnation.com. We have Disney Spider merch, and then we hopefully coming out with some like new things for content creators too, like Lux have like for pictures, Photoshop, and that kind of stuff. So like we trying to like hone in more on creators, like tools and tips and how to help you guys create that kind of thing too in the future. Yeah.
Perfect. And I'll be linking everything in the description. So make sure you check it out. Support Park Hop Nation, the Italiano. Where can everybody find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me right here on Orange Grove 55 with my segment Citrus Corner with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info. And you could also check out my new YouTube channel, Citrico Central, sister channel to Orange Grove 55. And you could also find me, Citrico Central, on Instagram as well.
There he is. Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you all for watching this episode of OG55. Comment down below with all your thoughts on everything we talked about today, all around the 70th, Paint the Night, Wonders Journeys, the food. Hey, if you want to talk 90s R&B, you can do that in the comments too. We're open to everything, so check it out. But thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, see you.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.